You know, some of the names you'll hear today, and some of the names you'll read on the plaques, have the same names, the same surnames as people who were involved when this building was built and dedicated in 1956, 55 years ago. You'll hear Goldblatts, Levy's, Lax's, Pollocks. All the names are on the plaques today. They were the builders of yesterday. And that provides the link from the past to the present and hopefully into the future. So thank you. And 55 years ago, the MC for the dedication was our own Paul Hanover. Paul, the mayor of the morning at that time, and now he's a mayor of our morning minion. I'd like Paul to say a few words.
All right, hi all. And I warned the committee, don't raise any hopes. I just redid my will and all the codicils are gone. But the kids today, I don't understand. I'll give you an example. When was it? 10 years ago, we got our annual notice, dues due, but it was an assessment. And if you weren't happy, you were asked to report to the committee with your income tax statement and let them review it. Gee, well, we wouldn't even show that stuff to our wives. And now look at voluntary dues increased. There's an idea Obama would have loved to have. I don't doubt it though. When I check out the new chapel, above the bima, the tablets will now offer 5 commandments and 5, do the best you can. That's the way this works here. But this setup is kind of challenging. It is, I find, sort of Mount Sinai-ish. I feel like outstretching my arms, but I was afraid Bernard Baskin would be here, and that's his bit. But there is, by the way, if there's a golden calf down there, don't panic. At $1,300 an ounce, you're in. So, we don't have any real eye contact here for a lot of the people. That's no big deal. I was in radio for 50 years. Remember radio? We had listeners, but not viewers. So as John Wayne put it, listen up, partner. So I hope you do it for a couple of moments. As Ira pointed out, I was the MC here, the new Beth Jacob, and what a night that was. 1956. We were living, I say now, at the dawn of the age of acquiring. Aquarius came later. Eventually, you're now into the age of aqua. Everywhere you go, everybody's drinking aqua. But some people missed out on the statal intimacy of Hunter Street. We should have stayed, you heard. And if we did, I thought about it. Beth, go station. Never a morning minion disappointed. And for our cousin, inspiration for many new lilas because of the clickety-clack of the railroad rhythm. It might have been something. But the new Beth Jacob was here, and we saw it. Seating for 1,200, parking for 12. And that crowd, I looked aside, and fiscally speaking, it was an ecumenical crowd. The haves, the have-nots, and don't gives, they were all there. That's the way it was. The crowd roared when I announced that Beth Jacob will institute something brand new, the first kitchen in of all synagogues to have 3 sets of dishes, Milchdik, Fleischerdik, and Chinese. I would like to do a random, lest we forget, a bit of an on-roll. So many of our members not only served Beth Jacob well, but also made huge impacts citywide and internationally. My first on the list would be international, Intermetco, the Goldblatt family, without whom there never would have been a Beth Jacob, I believe. Likewise, in many ways, going back to dear old Frank, the Richters today, the Smirlik family, Sam, who was called to take over urban renewal when Kensel passed on. And they had to have a lot of guts because part of urban renewal was getting rid of our York Street. They took it away from us. But anyhow, Ken Sobel controlled the media in Hamilton, but it was benignly so because of his amateur hour and Tiny Time and Bar 11 Ranch out there on Governor's Road. I was saying earlier, what if he had a touch of the Paletta brothers back there? His work of giving a new JC instead of on Delaware Avenue, and even our new Shul could have been in Dundas. And imagine that, because we were one of the few institutions that did not go westward across the McKittrick Bridge. We stayed here, but it's not too bad. And I also salute Brother Saul Smirlick. Without him, we wouldn't have had our sports celebrity dinner. He was Mr. Everything. Brother Saul, as we knew him. Harriet Smirlick, I salute for her flow of creativity that took her even to the Rose Bowl parade to create one of those displays that they had. There were other Sobels besides Ken and other spellings. Stan Sobel, we still remember him. He was an industrial success. And Harvey Sobel, artistic to his fingertips and our wallets. He'll be missed, but he did. Among the legal stars, the shining brightly was Bill Schreiber. It was his plans that he brought in that gave us our original synagogue, the new Shul. Other lawyer people went on. Judge Dave Steinberg was a president one time. My political expert, Milt Lewis, and his school Charlotte wife, Terry. Jerry Sway, Cecil Levy, ducked legal careers and became a pioneer cable guy. Thanks for that, eh? Max Mintz, still regarded by this community in awe because of his old chicken roost days. And he changed the way our city enjoyed food. Sam Lax, for changing the way Hamilton saw its waterfront. We have my Mechutin, Les Levitt, chaired our cemetery committee. He became a head honcho in the Mason community. Harry Bube gave us our Jewish Gulf country, the Beverly, and he gave us another Beverly, Beverly Marsh, his wife Molly Bube, who was a great entertainer. Elmer Farkas, we remember. Harold Back, the Tin Man. Talk about movers and shakers, he was both. He was a mover, you didn't pay your dues, he was a shaker. Nate Adler, king of Ottawa Street. And those all-star volunteers, Nate and Dorothy Sherman. And if you folks can surely know, add to this honor, it's just standing here, I thought of two others. Bernie Katz, Marvin Kaplan. But I must move on to our next special guest. A man who needs no introduction. What he does need is 50 acres in prime land. You know, our careers were similar. One big difference, I worked 50 years. The best I could do was mayor of the morning. He's in there for 25 years, and look what he's got. But he better be careful. I got to warn him. Vic Copps was the mayor one time. He became very controversial. You may remember when they wanted to build a hospital where the master is. He expropriated several blocks of homes in Westdale. The uproar was terrific. And at some banquet, I was inspired to deliver this line. I'm the mayor of the morning. I'd like you now to meet, at least in Westdale, your nightmare. And Bob Bertina here's hoping you can duck that one down in Aldershot at least. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.